Carry up down that 150 again there. Okay. What's been your kind of swing thoughts with the irons? What have you been thinking about?
Just really getting through it, finishing on a good follow through, getting my chest and hips rotated.
Okay.
That impact bag feel that we did. So follow through.
And that feels quite good.
Quite good, yeah.
Oh, good. And nowhere near the heel as well, which is which is a good sign.
I think the rotation helps that as well, because I'm not trying to fling it out, you know. So it takes.
You feel that actually helps you to
Takes
it
it
nearer
feel
the
out
tool.
of play, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a good way of thinking about it actually, yeah. That's true.
It's really helping. Both those two lessons have really made such a difference on the iron and the driver, and seeing them as two separate swings. Is that the strike location?
That was it there in the last one. Pretty good, yeah. Take it here any day of the week.
So I'm still doing this because it's still a pre-shot thing. But I'm not thinking about the backswing now. I'm just thinking about the.
So I like that movement there, you see that there at least. There's no harm in having a couple of backswing movement, but pre-setting that sort of positive follow through feeling before you walk in, you know, I think it's a good one. I think it's when you get lost in the backswing and then you're you know, you lose your feel for the downswing is what you're kind of looking for.
That was a good bad one.
Let's say you could drop that back a wee bit if you wanted. Yeah, keep your hands in front.
So I'm creeping forward.
Yeah, definitely. Try to look at your strike pattern on that club here. That's quite a nice sight, isn't it?
Yeah.
See that there, wee bit toe end
A wee
almost.
bit toe end almost. Better.
Yeah, just don't get, obviously, with the irons, you know, the more we get your hands a wee bit in front is good, so
Yeah.
ball position back, hands forward with a wedge is quite a good feeling.
Cool there. Good strike.
It was a very good strike, yeah.
No foul for it.
Yeah. it'll be interesting when you hit that one, if you with your practice swing, right? If you almost preset the feeling of as you come through, not coming across it, but keeping the face slightly open, almost that you feel you're maybe going to hit a slight cut. Okay, so obviously that one there, if you look at it, the -7 club face, see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you imagine that there.
So it wasn't actually the path, it was the face angle there.
100%. In fact, if you look at the path,
good.
if you look at the path through your irons, you've got no problem staying positive on it.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you imagine that, if we were to slow that down subtly, that would maybe be just the feeling through the ball that's a little bit kind of that way.
Driver release.
Yeah. Now, the feeling of keeping the face slightly open and almost keeping the body leading it, right? So if you were doing your practice swing, it's almost how could I put it? The feeling of the body dragging the club through, you know, so it's like you have a big heavy mop here and just drag it through, you know, so you could get the feeling almost leaving the club behind, you know, so you go back, leave the club behind and then drag it through with the body would be a good feeling for you. Okay?
I'm not trying to actively release the wrist,
just preset that feeling of just nice setup, take it back and just let the body lead the hands through, almost feel like the club maybe coming slightly open on this. Did you get that feeling?
Yeah.
You might visualize like a 1 yard fade on this or something with your ball flight, okay? It's all about trying to control that club face through the ball. So if that starts to turn,
face angle still -5.7.
so you can see this is all good. That's perfect.
That's all good.
We just need that to come down.
I think maybe it was also the thing about having my club face a wee bit shut at address as well, wasn't it?
That's it. So you're almost trying to preset. Tell you what's quite interesting. Come on, look at this. So if we look at your setup, right? I would say a wee bit more forward shaft lean on the club now. You see that there through impact?
Yeah.
So I quite like that impact position where you've got we've actually got the hands in front a little bit. We're not nearly so flippy on that, which is good. Okay. So I like that. A bit bright with the old club face there. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Let's just keep that going.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see your shots here on that left hand side there, okay, so everything at the moment is
going a little bit
just like
left, so that is the bad shot, isn't it? A little pull.
If you set up there, practice on, sorry. Yeah. I'll go back to it first. Yeah, bugger. So you see, if you set up kind of that way, that's good, just there, that's good. Just there. That's it. No warm, is it?
No. I can meet with you a coat on the way. I never thought about it.
Face angle, Jesus. It's so shut.
I think we might have lost it above the roof there, didn't we? And it came down.
All other numbers is good.
Oh, really good.
More passive hands.
Passive hands. Also think what we'd have to do to make the ball go slightly right of the target, okay?
Yeah.
So look at your target and think, right, how would I make it go slightly right of that 150 with my swing here? That can sometimes help when you just think target, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Didn't seem to get popped up above the roof and lost it. Sometimes if it goes up above the roof, it kind of.
Tracked, is it?
Aye, sometimes because if it goes really high, it goes above the roof and the trackman loses it and then kind of, it never likes the guest trackman, it just.
Didn't get the body round enough there.
Yeah, that was an interesting one because you look at that there, okay, for that look. So, interesting, you look like you almost caught that a wee bit heavy there.
Yeah, I did
Okay,
catch
you
it
see that
heavy.
there?
I
Now,
felt it.
What was quite interesting about that was, if we go and how we look at this one here, was the path was actually showing up as being a wee bit kind of more from the inside.
Yeah.
So
That's what happens when I let the body stall. Yeah,
so
body
you
stall
might
and,
get the feeling the club sort of chases out.
and
a
I'm
little-
trying to
a
throw
little
that
bit
out
to
to
the
I'm
right.
trying to rescue it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we compared that with the club path, oops, a bit more neutral. So if we looked at the two there, so you can see a difference here. Oops. Take it off there. Yeah, now can you see the difference there? So what if you watch the club head through the ball? There, see the difference? So look at that gap between the shaft and the red line, you
Yeah.
see? Whereas that's a lot closer.
It's
Now
closer,
there's
yeah.
your, so that would give you your path getting a little bit too far from
Yeah.
inside to out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that feeling of almost going left after impact, turning left,
Yeah.
would keep your path from
Yeah.
getting too far inside to out. Okay.
So that I'm trying to cheat the fade by.
Yeah, we're
It's not a
wanting
path issue.
We're not wanting to do this, right? To hit the fade, right? We're not wanting you to try and drive it out there with the hands. To hit the fade, we want the body to sort of pull the club a wee bit left. It's the face that's going to hit the fade, okay? So it's almost going to go more that way
Yeah.
rather than. And it's interesting, that one I think is where you start to get the Healy strike, and it's also where you start to get the heavy one as well. So if that club swings out to the right, it often will start.
Yeah.
I'll exaggerate this. Watch where the club bottoms out here. Watch this.
Yeah.
Is that there?
Yeah.
And if I swing it left, watch where the club bottoms out. See the difference? So obviously we don't want that wee.
I've got to trust that swinging left is
Swing left with the face, feeling like the face is slightly open. That's the feeling really that we're working on with that. Yeah, that's the feeling we're working on. Very subtle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very subtle, just absolute little margins you're working on here. Perfect shot for you is going to drift a yard or two right of that 150. Just a slight cut into that 150 there for us. And if anything, if you're struggling to do it, take a bit of power off it.
Yeah.
Don't feel that you have to go necessarily at full power with this, okay?
Oh, they have to. But we need to take new customer data forward.
That looked like it was maybe a bit better.
A little bit thin, but it was the right numbers, I think. Yeah.
Losing all the good ones.
Already got your data, I've got your phone number, I've got your email address, after I'm doing the so I need
My own time was a lot that 15 minutes on drive.
Yeah, the strikes are nowhere near the heel though. Look at your club face. It's got a nice feeling for you. It's nowhere near the heel. Not nowhere near the heel.
But we need to move their data first. So we can say how much to do something on the sign up. The Colin group, Colin do a
Yeah, and I still think when I'm watching you, you set yourself up again. I still think you have got a habit of just slightly closing that club face at address. Okay, so if we take that as being your ball position line, okay, that can also relate quite nicely to your club face line as well. Okay, when I'm watching you there, I think sometimes when I'm watching you, just at the last minute, you've got a habit of just letting it go slightly that way. Now, if you're closing the club face at address, and it's going left, if anything, you'd almost want to hit a few shots where you're playing it off a slightly open club face. So you could actually even open the face slightly there, and then grip it, and then hit a few shots to see what that felt like, just to avoid sort of shutting it down. Yeah, so I say even to the point where you start off there, slacking, and then just reset it. Now reset it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And keep the same feeling through the ball. So don't let it close down on you.
you think that Scotland profile, right? If we can see your details, we can get some.
There you go, you see. So as soon soon as you don't let that club face shut down, much easier to keep it open through impact.
Yeah.
You can see that, yeah.
Pick up that definitely happens.
Definitely
that again.
to the right. That's it.
It's just feel versus real. That looks really open, but it's not really.
Yeah, exactly. If you set that down just on the ground, no, that won't, is it?
No.
Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So to you, sometimes that can become comfortable.
That feels square, but it's not.
Exactly. It's like, it is a bit of an optical illusion, the old club face sometimes.
You've been in from 2015. You know the flying record, right? There's always a
Pull
record.
back, hands forward, face slightly open. Let the body lead the arms on the way through.
That feel. That boy comes back in.
There you go. That's it. And if you think about that mindset, right, of this is going too dry for the track, man, that's all. That mindset of body leading the arms, that's going to make you hit later.
Yeah.
Which is going to make you have more forward shaft
Yeah.
impact. That makes sense. So if you imagine, if you take the club back to about chest height, and you take it back to about there, and if you think, if you start your downswing now, with the body rotate up, then now there you go, keep going. Now look at that position. There's no way you're going to have an early release there, are you? That's driven from your body, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where a lot of people go wrong is they go to here and then they try and create lag by pulling here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you're doing now is you're getting there.
Yeah.
Relax. Now keep your arms nice and soft.
Uh-huh.
Just let the body start it. There you go. You feel that?
Yeah.
There's your powerful position.
Yeah.
So that's how you create proper lag, not just by
Not just
faking it by sort of jamming your hands into the back of the ball.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Much better. Much better. More to go with a lesser lofted club.
I think so.
Just missing it every time it goes above that.
Time are we on? We've got a driver.
So that's quite subtle, isn't it? So
Yeah,
I think
quite subtle.
a couple of wee things. Just watch out. Don't let the blade close at address. Okay. And I just think the feeling, as you say, the feeling of getting that body leading your arms on the way through, and
Yeah.
don't fake it by trying to chase
Yeah.
your arms out to the right. Just let the body
Yeah.
pull the
Don't do
club
that.
back to the
Just
left.
keep.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe
Exactly.
just instead of here, we're a little bit more.
100%.
It feels open at address, but that sorts out the face angle.
And I think the nice thing is, as I say, on all of those strikes, there's literally been nothing even close resembling the heel of the quad there,
No.
which has been a big
Right in
bit
the
of a
middle.
problem for us in the past. Okay.
Yeah. It's just that face angle, isn't it? So there's nothing wrong with strike location or club path. It's just making sure I don't shut that face down too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Good though. It's it really has been making a difference, those back to backs.
Good.
Right. Switch.
Right, so what you might want to do now is have a couple of wee practice swings
Yeah.
at the tee there, and
Yeah.
just, as I say, just get that different mindset of the driver swing now. So ball forward, hands behind the ball at address. Now, we don't want forward shaft leading with this club.
No.
We want a
So-
nice.
What we worked on in the last lesson was not too wide.
That's
It was too wide, and we've really reduced that.
Just yes.
And then instead of trying to sling it out there, we're actually just focusing on a swoosh in the release, and it started with a.
I'll take that.
I take
Right,
that back.
but great, 'cause you're maybe thinking about that.
Yeah, watch the hit the ground with that. You got all for it. What do you feel yourself doing when you're doing that?
I'm really active with the hands and wrists.
Yeah, you've got to feel quite soft here,
Yeah.
haven't you? When you
Relax.
to create that speed, you can't have a lot of tension in the hands and arms.
No tension, relaxed,
That's it.
wide.
That's it. And a tricky day today as well, because you've got a wee bit of a left to right wind popping across that driving range, so
and swooshing.
Go on, put one down. There you go, it was nice, wasn't it? You like that?
Nice strike location, path's good, face is good,
Speed's pretty good as well.
speed's
considering
good.
we're wrapped in about
Yeah,
40 layers.
101.7.
There's your swing from down the line. So if we look at this here, a wee bit inside, but I'm never too worried about that. Dropping in there, really look at that slot on the way down there, Craig. You see that there?
Yeah.
Really nice. Coming in the ball beautifully there. Very good. Very good. Excellent swing. Beautiful. I like it.
It's really helped, like it's just
It's,
what you said on the last two lessons is about treating the two swings completely separately, and it's almost the opposites, isn't it? Like,
well, it's not a it's a different mindset. It's just, I was watching the tennis this morning, you know, and it's just like, you know, if you imagine you're a good tennis player, a serve is a massively different shot from maybe a wee drop shot at the net. You know, like your serve, you know, you're big, boom, like that, a wee drop shot at the net, you're coming in and you're, so still playing tennis, but you've got to have the different feels, you know.
Yeah.
Likewise, you know, you're hitting a short iron against a driver, it can't feel the same. You've got to know those little subtle differences in your feels when you're coming through. That's it, not too wide. I think not getting too wide allows you to use your legs better on the way through.
face was probably open a little bit there, but it's like, we'll take it, but heel, face was actually closed.
Well, what you've got there, let me show you what happened there with the numbers.
How did that fall so much, right?
So, what you get with that shot there is that face wasn't closed. That's gear effect has made that ball cut.
Yeah.
So it's the heel strike that's made it cut there.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you took away that, if you looked at that and that, you think that's going to be a pull hook, isn't it? Because the face is left. But actually, when those two are matching up, it's tilt. So that was more the heel strike that made that. Whereas you see the one before it, the Drew was a toe strike.
Yeah.
You see that there?
Yeah.
So that's where that's quite good, because to cure that, just concentrate on a central strike.
Yeah.
Just keep it away from the heel, basically.
Yeah.
The rest of the numbers were good. So no need to try and release the hand anymore.
No, that was just pure strike location.
Just keep it. Doesn't matter what swing you've got. If you hit it off the neck, it'll probably cut.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got to keep it away from the neck of that club with a driver if you're trying to get a wee bit straighter flight on it.
That wasn't heel. That was toe. Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it? Really. So it's brilliant to see that actually. So you look at those last two shots. They're fascinating, aren't they? Because you look at that one there. If you didn't see that, right? So if you only saw that, you'd think, oh, I've got to kind of maybe release my hands a bit harder on that. But once again, what you've got there, good path, face angle open. You're thinking, how can the face angle possibly be open? But there's your toe hit.
Yeah,
You see?
because I could feel the toe hit keeping it
There's your
open.
heel hit. You see, so it just shows you the effect. Gear effect has it. You see that?
I know. So much for these forgiving AI smokes.
You can't really cut out gear effect, to be fair. I mean,
No.
you can have the stiffest shaft in the world, you're always going to get cut off a heel strike with a driver,
That's why I've got the dry shampoo and I just work on strike location and because we don't have this. So.
Now the golf swing could override that.
Uh-huh.
So what I mean by that is if you imagine this scenario, if you came in kind of choppy and open faced and you hit it off the toe, you could still cut it.
Mm-hmm.
But what you've got there is almost a pure swing where just the gear effects determine where the ball's going.
Yeah.
So what we've got, I think, there is a really nice path.
Yeah.
Face is squaring up pretty normally, but it's just it's basically just where it hits on the face is going to determine what we're getting on the ball flight.
Feels nice with the release there.
Very good. You're doing well. Tell you what, when was that I first started to teach you?
About 2022.
You kind of keep what you were like then. You're a different player altogether now, aren't you?
I went from 17 to 4.
Well, you're 17 handicap then.
Really?
I didn't realise you were quite as high as that.
I started off at 17 out
That's amazing.
like just coming into COVID, and then after COVID I started getting lessons.
I just remember the driver lesson originally. You were what many across it were you?
It was something
13 or 14 across it.
something like
head
this.
and it was a big massive. Can't even do it anymore.
That's
See?
I was minus 13 though.
I think it was.
That's me trying to swing it really
Yeah, exactly.
live.
Well done, by the way. That's fantastic. I didn't actually realise your handicap was as high as that when you first came in.
That's why the most improved prize that last year was really good, going from 7.6 to 4.0.
Oh, did you get that at the club?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Right, Path, I'm looking at my numbers. Minus 13 Path it was. So when you first came in, minus 13 Path on the notes.
I was really wide with a massive side tilt.
Yeah, you thought you were trying to get drawn it by tilting back. That's right. Okay, sorry, Craig. I can just hit this one. I'll show you something else. Same again. Everything's looking great. Beautiful drive, that. Beautiful drive. Very good.
Yeah, perfect.
Very good.
Awesome.
Yeah, perfect.
Come and see this. So if you look at your stance width now, I would say that to me that just looks comfortable now.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the perfect, what we call the perfect combination of mobility and stability there. You know, you're wide enough to be stable. You know, that's it. You're not so narrow you're going to lose stability there. So that's nice. Really nice setup. Hands behind the ball, which is great. You know, loading it up, getting onto your right side. Don't mind that with the driver.
I like the fact that it's got the driver shaft's getting, because I'm more relaxed, I'm getting more angles to that backswing. You know, there. That's nice.
There, you mean?
No, just like at the top of the backswing. To get to there is nice because I was always a bit stiffer than that. You know, there.
Nice position.
That's nice because
really nice position. Really nice position there. And we've always had this wee debate.
And it's like I'm just accepting the inside takeaway.
Yeah,
It's like there's plenty of people that play good with an inside takeaway.
I think that's your game, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think that's your game. You're a sort of player you'll go a wee bit in here, but then if we look, it's what you're doing there that the golf ball knows about. Okay. In a really nice position there. You see that there, nicely behind the ball. No need to just let the face square up. There you go there, and then let everything just fire through. Very good swing there. Okay. Yeah. It's knowing what you are as a player, and experience is my argument with you is you could spend 6 months in the winter trying to get that perfect takeaway, and I don't think it would make you one bit better. In fact, I'd probably argue it'd make you a worse player, because you'd be given so much effort into getting this right that you'd probably lose other aspects of the swing.
And I don't think it's my body anatomy anyway. Because if you see me standing, my hands are, look how turned in my hands are.
Yeah.
So like, I think my natural,
But you know, the
ways
golf,
to come like
golf
that.
swing has different patterns. You go back, by the way, go back and have a look at videos of Ben Hogan and Sam Snead.
inside takeaways.
Inside takeaways. Inside looked onto playing on the way down.
Aye.
It's only recently the golf swing's become, you know, very kind of got to get it here right now.
Yeah.
And
So it's like the stock standard thing on YouTube is like, get it to here,
yeah.
you know,
But you see, my
raise up, drop down.
well, my take on that from a teaching point of view is that would be if you were a guy who dropped it inside, right? So if you were a guy who always looked to the rear, so if you were a guy who kind of took it a bit inside and then got the club stuck in here,
Yeah.
and your club path was plus 13 when you first
Aye.
get, then yeah, I'd be working on you getting out there as much
Outside.
as possible,
Yeah.
you know. But you've never been that type of guy. You've always been a guy who's gone a bit inside, and in the old days you used to come way over the top. So I was never overly worried about that, because I think for you, you're quite comfortable doing that. I think to actually go from there to try and drop, it's almost going to feel like a different swing
Yeah.
for you, and it's just not
It
going
would
to
be a
work.
total rebuild, and it's not worth it.
And it would be a total rebuild, and the question is, after a year of it, would you be any
Any
better?
better.
I don't think you can hit it a lot better than that at the
No.
moment, okay? I mean, I think the way you're going at the moment is just repetition.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, just repeat, and
Because there's no point fighting my body's natural
not at all.
anatomy. There's plenty of guys on tour. I don't know why I was so caught up with it. I think someone must have said something back in the day like, "Oh, you've got such an inside take."
I think it's just YouTube now. A lot of guys are talking a lot about that on the backswing. You know, you've got to get it online.
Aye, it's like you've got to have the
It's quite-
hands inside and the club outside.
Quite an
but
easy sort of thing to focus on, yeah. But no, I don't think it really,
like you said, it's all about path and strike and
for you, yeah,
No.
definitely. That's probably a wee bit toey, probably more a legitimate hook, that one. Quite nice that you can actually turn it right to left in that wind though. It's quite impressive.
that one wouldn't have been in play though. Just got to get back to my practice thoughts.
And also as well, remember when you're playing ball flight as well, where's your target? Look into that, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's my target. That's a big one for you.
That's lovely, great.
Take that.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
You got low helay, but
Right, put another one down. Come back here. Tell me what your perfect ball, if you were standing on a par
Uh-huh.
4 at the moment, what
Yeah.
would your perfect ball flight be? If the target's the kind of the white flag behind the two.
and what we're working on, just a little 5-yard fade, you know, on that white flag, just starting it, just left of it and drifting it in.
I think certainly with that wind, it's
Yeah.
probably going to move a wee bit left. to
Yeah,
right.
I'm not going to try and fade it. I'm
No,
just,
well that's the important thing. Don't try and fade it.
Yeah.
Just almost bang it off fairly neutral and
Yeah.
let the wind do its job.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you're not going to set up open and try and fade it. You're just going to have that. You're not going to fight that wind coming off the left. Okay. There's gear effect there, you see.
oh,
Slight toe.
try again.
That's the wind exaggerated that a wee bit, I thought.
No, that's just toe hit there. That's just I'm hitting, you know, slightly off the toe, makes it draw.
Yeah.
That's all. That's just a centre strike will take care of that.
Well, that was face angle because that was perfect centre strike.
Do you know the funny thing is though, from where we've been with you as a player, that shot is a bad one. Doesn't actually worry me that much.
No,
you
because
know
it
what I
used to be the loose right.
mean? Yeah, exactly. So that one there, to me, it's just about getting. It's just about getting everything sort of syncing up a little bit better
Yeah.
for the ball. That's all. You know, overturning it to the left. I'm more worried when you're chopping it down the right hand side. So it doesn't really worry me too much as a strike.
Right, one more for good measure. Relaxed in tempo as well, isn't it? It's just tempo. You're on the swoosh.
You don't get too wide. You see, that's it. Yeah. Move your ball an inch forward in your stance, just a little bit.
Forward.
Just a fraction, so you're not too far back. Yeah, just want to see what that does to you. There you go.
Oh yeah. That was dead straight.
That's the one. That's the one where you get your camera out. There's your perfect. There's your perfect drive right there. So there's your numbers. So if you look at that there, path perfect, face perfect, strike perfect, ball flight almost perfect. If you look at that there, if you take away the effect of the wind,
Take the wind off.
that's actually not showing much really. Good shot. Good shot. Excellent.
Averaging 260.
Let's have a look at your swing. So there you are there. Okay. There's your setup. Takeaway, as we know, a wee bit inside on the takeaway, dropping into a really, really good slot there though. A really nice slot through the ball. Very good. What I like about that as well is you're coming in from the inside, but
Yeah.
the club's is coming back.
Back.
It's not
Yeah.
chasing out beyond
No.
those two lines as it's coming through.
Yeah.
You see that there, which is really nice.
Brilliant. That's
Okay.
great. That's a good. So that's a good ingrained lesson based on the last two that I've had. Good to just cement that in. Short game next.